So today's call was based on they tried to open the gate and it would open about 3/4 of the way and stop. And from that point, they could not get the gate to move, open or close. They tried to reset it, and that's when they call us out. So first thing we noticed when we opened the case up is we had a UL light on. What the UL light on, based on the safeties they had, photo eye was wired in to reopen, so we didn't have to look at that. But we do have a open edge. So what you want to take a look at first is the actual receiver. Make sure everything's good in it, which we found one of the wires was loose and barely making contact. When we barely wiggled it is when we saw that it could come out. So once we installed the wire back in and we still have the UL light, what you want to check next is the actual edge, the batteries in it, because that is one big thing if that UL light comes on. Once we opened the edge transmitter, we found that there was a good amount of corrosion and the board itself had failed. Checked the batteries, those were low since it basically hasn't been working. It's just probably been signaling that, hey, something's wrong here. But since the wire in the receiver wasn't landed, the gate doesn't even know that there's an edge installed. Put in a test resistor just to be able to run the gate for the time being, make sure there was no more obstructions. We looked at the motor amperage of the board, which for a big gate like this didn't get above 6 amps, which means it's running smooth. The rollers at the bottom are working fine. Went ahead and checked over the backup batteries for the unit as well while we were on site, just to give the customer a little peace of mind should anything go wrong, power outage, whatnot. And we found they had also gone bad, which you're only going to see that if you actually try and run the operator under load. A few other things we found. We have a major UL in compliance with this tail being open and nothing that monitors it. So before we put this gate back into operation, we are going to quote them something to cover up that space to get it under the 4 inches that's needed for compliance, as well as a new transmitter so that the open edge safety works like it should. We're not going to put this gate back into operation until that compliance is met. That way everybody is safe and secure.